John has an average lap time of 9.78. He has a 10.43 lap time.
Hello folks and welcome to Netcruzer RC. Today we're going to have an update about the Tamiya TA07 Pro. So the last time I talked about this, I showed some shots of running it on the track, and it was very much prone to oversteer. It would kick the rear end out and it would spin out on me. So we took it from this. Whoa. And now I've made some setup changes and now I've got this. So what did I do? Not much, actually, and the whole problem arose by me thinking that I knew more than I did about on-road setups. You do get included oils, and Tamiya includes two types of oil with your kit. You get this white bottle, and you get this yellow bottle. And I never knew what they were. And I have some other labeled oils. So what I decided to do when I built the shocks, I put in this stuff, which is the Ultimate Racing 550 CST. And the problem is that that's just too thick. So it was way too stiff, and it would really skirt the car around and it would spin out a lot. I looked up what the Tamiya oils are, and they're color coded. So the white is 900 CST, and this is what you're supposed to use in the diffs. Now the front, I put in a much higher weight oil. I think I did 30,000 weight. Ideally, I should have gone way higher. I should have gone up to like 500,000 to a million weight and almost completely locked the front end. I used the shock oil that it came with, and I looked it up. This is 400 CST. Just by making that one change, as well as I've raised up the rear shocks by one hole. The more a shock is upright, the softer it is. The more it leans down, the harder it is when it comes to suspension. By just lightening up the shock oil and tweaking that rear shock adjustment a little bit has made it where it no longer spins out. Oil change in the shocks was the biggest benefit to the handling. So if I had just built this to box stock specs, it would not have been giving me so much grief. It would not have been spinning out all the time. I should have just trusted the book. I'm now running the stock shock oil, and that seems fine for now. I was wondering that even if it's too stiff, then I could start changing out the springs. And I do have softer springs that are on my Durango that are not in use, so I could swap those over at some point if I wanted to. But as far as the day went, I didn't have to make any additional setup changes. So I'm going to show you some qualifying and then the final race that I made with this car. Thanks. Here we go, USGT.
And there's John. Track is closed. Track is closed. Okay, now we need marshals. Okay, the full marshals. Evan, Alex, and John. You guys side a little bit. Watch it straight. Watch it straight. Don't forget, guys, if you're battling with somebody, let him go by or give him some distance, because you're going for time and not position.
All right, USGT C main. I'm in the C again.
And last, John.
Oh, I hate starting first.
Do you want to back up the key a bit?
The pressure.
Second card, do you want to back it up a bit?
It should be. Is it red on the corner?
Thank you. Okay, we have 5 minutes on the race. It's the C main.
C.
All drivers go on the tone. Marshals ready. Riders ready. And it's a good start. after 30 seconds of racing, we have John in first, Guy in second, Tyler in third, Alan in fourth, Evan in fifth. Right now, John in first position has the fastest lap, 10.556. He now took second spot, putting Tyler in third position. He with a fast lap of 10.661. Tyler now in third position with a 10.764 fastest lap. Evan in fourth position with 11.584. Alan in fifth position with a 14.899 fastest lap. Tyler, 2 seconds behind second place position, Guy Paron. He is 6.4 seconds behind first position, John. Right now, John has an average lap time of 9.78. He has a 10.43 lap time. Tyler, 11.08. Evan has a 12.20, and Alan has a 14.13 lap time.
Ooh, someone's car sounds
6
bad.
seconds behind, he's pulling away, but he is really in John right now, right behind him. Hoping to take first position. He is 7.1 seconds behind John in first position. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Lineup has not changed right now, except Guy Paron has taken the fastest lap, 10.352. John is averaging a lap time of 10.31. Guy with a 10.75 right now. Tyler has 11.75 lap time in third spot. Alan in fourth. And Evan in fifth. John has 19 laps. Guy is in second with 18 laps. 8 seconds behind Tyler. Tyler in third. Behind Guy and Alan in fourth position. Guy now 8.8 seconds behind first position. That is John. John averaging a 29 lap pace. He has a 28 lap pace. Tyler has a 26 lap pace. Alan with a 20 lap pace, and Evan with a 24. 1 minuto left on the clock.
Whoa. I lost all steering.
Competition is fierce. Guy, you're done. Tyler, you're done.
Well, I guess it's nice.
Good job.
You're done.
You get the bump?
Tough luck, man.
Yeah.
Good race.
Yeah, for sure. Just completely stopped at the end of that straightaway. Like went to turn, just kept going straight.
Alan and Evan.
Link pulled out of my servo.
I did have a problem with the steering, and yeah, I've just remembered to look at that. Oh, did it break? So in that last race that I did, I had a problem with the steering, and as you can see here, that link is not connected. So I don't know what's up with that. I gotta find what happened to that. The knuckles broke, so I'm actually had to use, surprise, surprise, I actually had to use a Durango part. This is a Durango steering knuckle because I snapped the Tamiya one, or it cracked and it was falling apart. This side has the stock Tamiya one on it, and that side has a Durango. You know, it's enough to keep it going, but I don't want to be cobbling this together with other branded parts already. It's a brand new car, so I'm trying to get some new parts for it. There's one other thing that I did do that I forgot to mention as part of the build itself, and that's related to the gearing. Now, I decided to run 64 pitch gears because the gears that you actually get with the Tamiya are a weird mod 6, and you do get a spur and a pinion with the kit, but I didn't want to run these because they run a different type of mesh that I don't have any additional gears that are in this mesh. So I got rid of those, and I'm running 64 pitch. I forget my ratio, but I've got my final drive ratio down to 4. So what you do is you divide your spur gear by your pinion, or opposite of that, and then for this vehicle you times that by 2.022 or something. It's in the book. The calculation is in the book on how to calculate your final drive ratio. And for our track, usually you want to be around a 4.0. Now the track has actually changed layout, and I'm wondering if I should maybe go higher. So I maybe want to go up to like a 4.5 FDR to try and get a bit more acceleration and less top speed, because now there's a lot more technical sections, and the way this car is set up right now, it's very smooth and very what I like to call swoopy. As long as I can keep my momentum and my speed up, I can whip around the track pretty good, but I can't get a really good acceleration punch out of it because I am so tall geared. Also, I have almost no brakes. When I try and brake, I just can't. I could maybe try and dial up on my ESC, or it might just be related to my gearing. I am waiting for some more upgrades to come in the mail from RC Mart. They have not arrived yet, but I do have some other hop-ups and tuning options coming for this car. But for now, the way I've got it set up, it is perfectly raceable, and I can just try and get tweaking it a little bit more. Now, the one issue that I am having is when you race, no matter what the car is, you tend to break them. So I did have a couple of hard hits on the front right side. With the new layout changes, there's a hard board right on the end of the back straight on a right-hand corner, and if you take it too quickly, too early, you will slam into the hard wood. And so I broke the C-hub, as well as I snapped out the steering knuckle. I did have to buy another C-hub from a local racer, because I'm out of C-hubs now, since I've broken the one on that side, I think, twice, and I only have lefts, so I've used all my rights. So I have another 4-degree C-hub in here, as well as this steering knuckle. The point of this is that I really just need to buy more Tamiya parts, because I'm going through them on a weekly basis. When you race, I'm snapping parts. And I'm having a hard time finding shops that have parts in stock for Tamiya. Even RC Mart is almost completely out of serviceable arms, hub carriers, steering knuckles, rear carriers. Like, where is all that stuff? TRF 418 or newer is the newest geometry that I can get, but even the older stuff, it doesn't seem to be on the site anymore, and I've checked A-Main and Tower Hobbies, and they're all out of stock. I've had to order some stuff off just random Hong Kong person in eBay for now, just to get a couple of serviceable parts in for this vehicle to keep racing it. Other than that, I mean, I'm quite happy with how it's turning out. Like I said, I do have a couple of orders on the way, and I will be progressively upgrading this as we go along. But as of right now, I've got it set up where it does handle well enough where I can win races. All right, guys, so that's the update on the Tamiya TA07, and I'll probably come back over time with showing more upgrades and the evolution of this car. So if you enjoyed this, or if you learned something, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe. If you want to talk to me, leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching.